innovation, giusa na or gi-converge. Why mga answers ka na? Cellphone, yes. Because actually, before, cellphones na atay digital camera. Na kay, well, na kay telepono. Katong cellphone sa una nga, pang tawag na dyan, pang tawo o pang text. Na kay, well, na atay TV, na atay radio, or if not, na kay Walkman, or Discman, or iPad, basta MP3 player. Diba? Lalain man na. But gi-converge. So, ang tawagan na is convergence. Gi-converge siya into one. Gi-innovate. Gi-usa. So, that's why the phones karon are actually camera na what? Aside from being a cell phone, TV na pod because you can watch Netflix gan ha. Radio na pod sila because you can listen to music. Diba? So, mao na innovation. Okay. Another, well, kani it's important to note pod kang Edison, Thomas Edison. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So it means what? When you innovate, when you think of something, kung naka-idea, it doesn't mean nga kanang murag eureka na dito, then that's it. No. Posible kanang imong idea diha primero din na siya mo work. That's why you have to do research pod. Okay? And then keep on doing until perfect na mo imong idea. Okay? So there's a way to do it better. That's why you have to find it kuno. Another, according to a ancient Chinese proverb, when the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. This means what? So may pasabutan ni. Anyone? Answers please sa chat box. Kung the winds of change blow no, imbis nga walls ang uban, maghimo windmills. So, they're referring to seizing opportunities. Diba? So, you don't look at it as, uy, something negative. But, sa may pwede mo buhaton out of that. Okay? Okay, so adapt and change. Seize that opportunity into something positive. Okay? Innovation, a new, so pwede really bago or improved product or process or combination that differs significantly from the unit's previous products or processes. So like cellphone, karon nga mga cellphone, grabe ang technology, grabe ang innovation, di ba? So lahi siya sa mga cellphone sa una. So that's innovation according to Oslo Manual. Okay. So there are different types of innovation. Organizational meaning within sa organization mo'y usubon typically sa office, sa company, 5 day a week na working schedule from 8 to 5 with lunch break. Mo na usual. But when you change, when you innovate to save cost, to be more productive and more efficient, manang ingon nga, okay, let's have a 4 day week working schedule. Okay? And of course, sa applicable sa current nga times, ang work from home. So since we're limited sa atong mobility, so money, organizational innovation. Okay? Another, process innovation. Um, wait a second. a process, changes in the methods and the way you do things, you process things. Okay. So for example, how do you book flights sa una? Kuha ka og plane ticket mo to kagkuan travel agency. But then karon na-change na ang process samot na nga nag-pandemic. Okay, so limitado ang paggawas. So there's online booking, online shopping, unsa pa? Pasabay, you see? Nangausog nga mga process, nanga-innovate nga mga processes. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with SaaS, Software as a Service Technology. Ang kani magud siya is sa una, when we develop, kung magpa-develop of systems like pahimo kag payroll system. Okay, so you ask somebody, a company, solutions company, to develop a payroll system for you. Ang product ana naka-CD in which you're gonna install sa imong machine. Okay, so klaro, ang product ay naka-CD. Okay, even buying software or licenses sa OS or sa Office. So una, wala sila naka-CD. But then karon mga programs or applications are not considered anymore as a product but more of a service. Meaning you don't buy na, okay? Or you don't pay for the whole development fee of a particular program. But mura ra sort of moabang ka, mo rent, mo na, mo subscribe. Ang term is subscription. Okay, so mo subscribe ko og payroll system for like 3 seats or 3 users nga na. Okay? So ang process sa software development is ning change siya, ning evolve siya into something more of software as a service. Product. Grabe man, product innovation. Cell phones, for example. Unsay latest when we talk about cell phone technology? Sa latest nga innovation? Anyone? I think it's being marketed na. Samsung, Flip, kanang Flip nila something. See? So cellphone, ma-flip, di ba? Vehicles nga, well, it's been there for quite some time na ang electric vehicles. So we'll wait. That cars can, what? Can swim. Oh, see? Kung maagi ka suba, kung ma-change siya into imbis ligid into something lang kuan. Okay? Then, marketing innovation. Marketing. So the way they market products. Okay. Ang kanila man nga example, we're not familiar with Haagen-Dazs. It's actually an ice cream. So, para kuno for a waste-free container. So, mana ila. Nag-market sila. Ice cream ang good. Sula nandya plastic container. So, after consuming the ice cream, asa naman ang plastic ilabog. Madyo mag sa Philippines, kay himong Tupperware. Himong bawlanan, putaganan, o isda sa ref. See? So, i-recycle na to. But, well, nga to sa ila sa gawas, labog naman na. So, waste, di ba? Ang plastic. I've seen a product, I'm not sure, hindi na to. It's a shampoo container. So, after ni mo makonsume ang shampoo, ilabog na plastic, right? When may gamit. Ang katong, ang katong dyan sulan na sa shampoo, may mo itong sabon. So, alam ra po to sa siya o kahilis. Diba? It's marketing innovation, meaning, well, people are more conscious na nowadays of saving the environment, pro-earth or something. Yan. So, they would go for ingala nga mga products. Okay? Aside from the eco-innovation, of course, with connections or with partnership with kaning mga organizations like UN. Uh, basta ang reducing waste, saving more of what's being offered by nature. Ano, okay. Now, innovation is not limited for business. It's not only applicable in business. It's for everybody, from government to household to non-government organizations. Okay. Basta all sectors in the economy applicable ang innovation. Now, of course, again, if you think of naka-idea, well, you have to back it up with research. Like, i-research ni mo na by something more or less pare-pareho sa imong idea or dool or naalam ba na imong idea or basta you have to do research mo na siya before ka develop. Okay, so you have to define and understand. Okay, possible ba na? Kasi you're thinking of the impossible. Okay, like when Mark Zuckerberg and company were thinking of the Facebook. Okay, it's possible. This is as in like out of this earth na idea. Okay, so mana ang first step, you do research. Is it doable? Is it possible? So you have to understand them. Okay, and then of course from there, you proceed to na achieving unsa may functionalities aning atong i-innovate kaning atong i-project kaning atong himuon. Okay, unsa may functionalities niya dapat na of course, what's the use of developing a product or an idea into something a workable kung dili siya functional. Okay, so can I make this happen in a reliable way for an acceptable cost? Kasi you will be needing millions per mga produce. Do you think it will be saleable sa market? No. Okay. So kana. Now, innovation-driven enterprises versus small, medium enterprises. SMEs, they've been there for quite some time na mo na na i-promote sa government like NITI, UST. Okay. Ang IDEs, well, mo man ni siyang result of kanang mga ideation, mga startup challenge, kani siya. So, IDEs are will seek to bring innovations to a global market, meaning startups global imong audience dili kay within ra sa locality. SMEs of course sa within ra sa LGU, sa locality, sa imong community. IDEs are more risky. Wa kay sort of imo maguding idea. Okay? So wa kay sort of like murag history na kabasihan himo sa imong idea. Okay? And it's untested. Okay, so you're actually bringing new and untested ideas sa market. So we would expect people would be like, unsa man na? Okay? Yan na. Then, of course, with IDA, there's a potential for high growth. Because significant ang ijang possibly. Look at Grab, Uber, Facebook, Spotify. They started with an idea. Okay, so of course, IDE creates jobs and have impact on the market itself and the economy in general. Of course, it would offer jobs. It would also help economy to grow. Though, may nga naman po ang SME, but then it's more of sa local nga scale. Okay, local level. Okay. Now, organization-driven and market-driven ideas. So organization, meaning within, the ideas actually came from the people within the organization. Usually, it's the people working on a process, Nga makakita nga, uy, pwede man ni siya or mas dali ni in doing ing anion. Okay? Whereas market-driven ideas are actually coming from the market, the customers, through feedback. Okay? So, ang ODI, it's actually directed to top management, but the ideas are given from the people at the bottom, meaning mga nasa lower level management. Okay? Ideas came in free, and then, kung ano man, basta it's free flowing from the bottom to higher management. Ang MDI, of course, you have to rely sa mga customers for that, sa ilang feedback. Okay? And then, ang innovation, evolution, or something kind of development, it's actually a continuous process. So you should be dynamic, meaning you should not like end at a certain level, a certain point nga marag feeling ni mo na naka sa top or sa peak. Okay? Ano man good if you're successful now, kay ikaw naka think of certain idea and it's very saleable sa market. Expect that, well, taas na ng 1 year, it will be copied by your competitor. So, ilan ang kopya on plus. So, nipagawas nila ana much better kaysa imo. So, you won't stop at a certain level nga may kung you're at the peak sa imo organization or sa imo company. It should be continuous. Research and development should be dynamic para when they will be, ang imo kakumpetensya nagpa-out na pudog something new which is much better sa imo, well, you're ready. You're on your like halfway or you're on your kanang pa-end na po ka sa imong bagong nga product. Okay? Look at Samsung and iPhone. 'Di ba? Sige na nas like paggawas og paganing ta naka iPhone 10 o nag-iPhone sa naman na ron 12. Okay? Usapod nga naka-push actually really are the consumers or the customers. Okay. Questions from lesson 1. Innovation and ideas. Questions? None? Please reply if why questions so we can proceed to value proposition. There are like mga 32. Yes, so I'm expecting na po manubag town. Di lalim ning muratag nagkuan. Spirit of the glass. Thank you. Okay, let's proceed. Value proposition. Do you know what is a value proposition, or can you like give examples? Na may idea yung ani? Value proposition. You're in good hands with Metrobank. Okay? Or we find ways. That's the video. So value proposition are actually statements that tells about the company and the value it gives to the consumers or the customers. Okay. If you've seen the video, check out the video and the slides, this na na may idea aning on something value proposition. Okay, so it's actually a statement which identify a clear, measurable, and demonstrable benefits consumers get when buying a particular product or service from a certain company. So, klaro, ma-measure o ma-demonstrate ang value nga makuha na ho kung mupalit ko from your company. Okay? It should convince consumers that this product or service is better than the others in the market. Differentiation, meaning mas lahi ang imo. Okay? Mas better. Okay? So, clear, measurable benefits. Okay? And better than the others. Now, value proposition answers the why, meaning why should I buy from you? Why should I choose you over the others? Okay. You have to make sure that your service or product is of more value. Diba, remember sa innovation, naangat to yung term, create value. Meaning, you are to innovate something that will really create value sa mga customers, sa mga target market. Okay? A good value proposition can give you an advantage over your competitor, of course. Okay? Because first thing nga ma-encounter nimo, makita nimo ang imong nice nga value proposition statement, it somehow answers the problems. If ako is, I'm a consumer, na ako problems on this one, and then makakita sa imong value proposition, uy, di ara. Okay? Kana. In doing value proposition statements, identify all the benefits that your product or services offer. Okay, so unsa yung mga benefits ana. Describe what makes these benefits valuable in a quickly digestible way. Meaning, kung yung na-explain, it should be concise and direct. Okay? And somehow it should identify your customer's main problem. Okay? That your proposition helps solve. Okay? So, characteristics of a great value proposition: concise and easy to understand, not wordy, and words nga dili masabtan right away by a regular nga consumer. It somehow defines what you do and make it easy for someone to find on the kung ilang i-search dali ra makita. Explains how your product resolves pain points for your potential customers. Muna, pain points, problems. And it should answer the question, if I am your ideal customer, why should I buy from you instead of your competitor? So if I'm a person na kita akong bank, asa na ako i-deposit ang akong millions, okay? Ari ba ko sa mingon og I'm in good hands because I'm worried of my millions basig mawala na siya. So nga riba ko sa I'm in good hands, or nga riba ko sa they always find ways, whatever will be the circumstances, or nga riba ko sa ningon nga I'm always first. Kinsa man ning mingog you first. Anyone? Bangko nga ang ilang murag statement is you first. Mukahibaw? Okay? We answer. We nag-answer kung sa nga bank. PNB. You first. Ingon si Liz. Ingon si PNB. So, ang ha, maglibog ka. Ngari ba ka sa ingon nga nako sa majong kamot, or ngari ba ko sa pangita sila pagi, or ngari ba ko ako'y kanunay una. Okay. Now, check this out. Which among the following statements are value proposition? Type your answers. Chat box, please. Ten times faster, inexpensive, free. What about the others? Okay, so basin silang tanan, okay? So are they really value propositions? Let's check this out. Ano ko next? They are not value propositions actually. These are mga features, mga functions, technologies. Okay, so Features, it's a voice activated. Technology, a one-click purchase, low emission. Okay, feature, 2-day delivery. So these are more of the features, the functions, and technologies offered by a company. So they are not value proposition statements. Ka naman, they are not clear. They don't, ka diba? They doesn't define what you do, and then it doesn't explain how products resolves pinpoints the customer. Okay? So, creating value propositions, daw, klaro ka daw ang example po sa katong sa video, if I want you to check it out later. Kani, you think of what your user really wants, meaning what your customer wants. Think of the value your product, your app, your service provides. So, kung imong idea, imong innovation, kung sa may ma-provide niya, then mapud ni ang gusto sa imong customers. And then you think of the value your competitors provide na ay ingana ang imong kakompetensya. So, unsa po na ang value? Yan hika mo focus sa imong value proposition. Okay? Nganhi kung asa sila mo intersect. Okay? So, here are examples of mga value propositions. Saves you 30 minutes every day, help you stop smoking so you can live longer, and so pa ni. Unsay value proposition sa Grab? Anyone? Or ang kaning value proposition, murag sa ato pa kaning tagline, di ba? Kana, mo na siya, mga taglines. Okay? So, you'll always be able to get a ride home. Mo siguro ni si Grab. You'll always be able to get a ride home. Okay? I want you to check out, or sige, ari na laman, na-check ninyo ang video on value proposition. Yes, no. Reply, please. No. Okay, so, sige. Para di mo makaingon nga wa mo kakita. So, let's use this.
I value your opinion. That's nice. That hat seems like a great value for the price. Cha-ching. He had nothing of value to say and completely talked over the professor the whole time. Rude. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, value is everything. Value is the core of any business, and it directs all future decisions, innovations, and customers that get targeted. Even if we've thought about the big picture, if we can't explain how an idea makes someone's life better, then why should anyone pay attention? So let's talk strategies to answer the two fundamental questions at the core of any business model. What value do I deliver? And who are my customers? I'm Anna Akana, and this is Crash Course Business Entrepreneurship. Sometimes business jargon can seem confusing, but here's the trick. The words usually have pretty literal meanings. Since value means worth, a value proposition is the worth that you offer to your customers. Typically, a value proposition is a sentence or paragraph that clearly articulates what your service, business, or organization does, who it brings value to, and why it's valuable for those people. It should be clear why someone should choose your company over the competition. Value can be something tangible, like offering products at a lower price or higher quality, or something more abstract, like better customer service. For example, Slack is a messaging app designed to reduce email and streamline team communication, or in their words, make work life simpler, more pleasant, and more productive. Slack states the value for the customer right up front with their value proposition. Be more productive at work with less effort. Without thinking about value, we risk developing something that customers don't need or want. Cheetos lip balm, anyone? No takers? Are you sure? All right. And don't get me wrong, creating a value proposition can seem daunting. We have to be confident in ourselves and the work that we've done to develop our ideas. So, what are you worth? Excuse me? What are you worth? Like, what's your value? Why should people care about you and your work? I guess I tell stories with my art that help people find meaning and feel less alone. But also, how do you even judge the value of a movie or a song or a YouTube video or any art, you know? When we write a value proposition, we have to think about two main things. First, the experiences of our customers, and second, the capabilities of our product or service. If we've got those down, it'll basically write itself. To make sure we're covering our bases, we can use the value proposition canvas created by a company called Strategizer. Half of the work is understanding customers. Gotta catch them all. And to do that, there are three main questions to ask. Number one, what are their jobs? And this is a little confusing because I don't mean like their literal jobs, more like what do they do at work and in everyday life and what problems do they have? Number two, what pains do they experience, like risks, obstacles, or bad outcomes? And number three, what positive gains are they looking for and receiving? Everyone is trying to maximize gains and minimize pains, or at least strike a healthy balance. So we entrepreneurs can try to tip the scales towards gains. After considering the customer experience, we can turn the spotlight onto our potential business with three response questions. Number one, what products and services are we offering customers to help them complete jobs? Number two, is what we're offering a pain reliever that cuts out risks, obstacles, and bad outcomes? And number three, better yet, is what we're offering a gain creator? Together, customers and products help us define our value. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty details of writing a value proposition, shall we? In order to figure out the jobs, pains, and gains of our customers, we have to find them and get nosy about their lives. But I mean, try to keep it professional. This is entrepreneurship. Leave your Facebook stalking skills out of it. Some might call this research finding your target market, the people most likely to buy from you. There are lots of ways to connect with potential customers, but industry favorites include interviewing them one-on-one, holding focus groups, or conducting surveys, either in person or through an online service like SurveyMonkey. Remember, the goal is to learn from potential customers to turn your idea into a top-notch solution to a problem, whether you're working on spill-proof takeout containers or more affordable childcare. So sleuth out the who, what, where, when, why, and how of your target market. Who do you think or know is experiencing the problem? How old are they? Do they have a family or do they speak different languages? Are they a cat? Please say they're a cat. I understand them. What are they doing when they experience the problem? Are they working at a desk job, crafting something, or exercising? Maybe they're hiding under a blanket away from the world and their problems until they crumble into dust. Where are they experiencing the problem? Are they at work or at home? On a plane, a train, an automobile? When are they experiencing the problem? Is there a time of day, week, or year? Is it a seasonal problem? Maybe it changes with the phase of the moon and the flow of the tides. I mean, we cannot help it when Mercury's in retrograde. Take it from a Leo. Why are they experiencing the problem? Why are others not experiencing the problem? And like, why me? Why is it always me? And finally, how are different people experiencing the problem differently? How are they learning to cope with the problem or develop their own solutions? I mean, ignoring the problem is an option, but it's not always the best way to cope, says my therapist. All these questions paint a picture of who we're dealing with and give us a peek at their jobs. And when we're dealing with value propositions, customer jobs can be functional, social, or emotional. Functional jobs are what we traditionally recognize as work that pays the bills. A big mistake when writing a value proposition is only focusing on the functional jobs of our customers. But customers feel social obligations to look good or support their community. And emotional jobs are all the work we put in to grow as humans. The ultimate goal of understanding customer jobs is to get in their heads. What they do illuminates what they value or what they'd like to value. Entrepreneurs want to change the status quo. So if we know what customers value, we can figure out how to get them what they want in a new or better format. Remember the point of the value proposition. Why should people choose you over everyone else. Disruption is one strategy to give customers value, and it's a hot business vocab word. Instead of challenging existing markets and trying to make our ideas stand out in a field of others, why not create a new market, often called a blue ocean? So our idea is like a seed sprouting a whole new garden. Here, we're not talking about value that comes from lower prices or faster delivery. We're talking about letting customers achieve the same jobs in a totally new format. Like once upon a time, radio was the cream of the crop for media in everyone's home. Radio listeners had two needs: one, to be entertained, and two, to stay informed. And radio met those needs by broadcasting different programs, from music to dramatic theater to news. Then along came television, a new disruptive media format that entertained and informed people. Because TV achieved similar customer needs in a fresh way, TV entrepreneurs didn't have to compete within the world of radio. They built their own world, created new value, and maybe even found new customers who weren't interested in radio at all. Of course, we know jobs don't come without pains. We're all human. The struggle is real. So when we think about our customers, we need to consider what risks or annoyances are getting in their way. If we can address those pains, that means we'll create better business with more value. If a customer's job is applying to college, some pains could be the clunky admissions website from 2002, application fees and tuition costs, a lack of family support, or the trade-off between working to earn money and shelling out money for another degree. And customers wouldn't do jobs at all without gains, which tells us what they need or want to experience before or after a job. Sticking with that college application example, the gains might be better career prospects, a higher salary after graduation, exposure to new thoughts and ideas, a fresh start, or new friends. Now that we've researched our potential customers, we've filled out half of our value proposition canvas. Or you can sort all that knowledge with one of those conspiracy investigation walls with push pins and multiple colors of string and newspaper clippings. You do you. I mean, it's your value proposition. Using all this info, we can prune our big entrepreneurial idea to make sure that our products and services are truly alleviating pains, creating gains, and adding value to people's lives. Once we've done this, our value proposition will be flourishing. To see how, let's go to the thought bubble. Stitch Fix is a personal styling service that sends clothes and accessories to people. It has customers all across the US and soon across the UK. Those customers have many jobs to do, but an obvious one is shop for clothes. Let's think of Stitch Fix customers as busy, technology-savvy people ages 25 to 50 living in the US, of all genders and working across all fields. And they've been willing to consistently spend some money on fashion. They might be pained by lots of things, like no time as they try to juggle work and family, a limited budget, living far from clothing stores, or having no idea what their body type is. Pear, apple, pineapple, I don't know. After exploring their target market, Stitch Fix offers pain relievers like a mobile app for convenience, different packages for different budgets, doorstep delivery, an easy return system, and personally styled wardrobes for different body types. Now, these customers might shop for clothes because they want gains of looking good and feeling confident in and out of the workplace. So Stitch Fix wants to deliver that gain, but they also create new gains using technology like their surveys for measurements and preferences, algorithms, and personal stylists to help their customers feel good about the clothes they get and save time by not wandering around a mall. Combining all this information, Stitch Fix came up with the elegant value proposition. We save our clients time by doing the shopping. If we were to get a little more detailed for them, we might say Stitch Fix leverages technology to save working clients time by using personalized measurements, preferences, and stylists to shop for clothes, which are delivered straight to their door. Thanks, Thought Bubble. After all this thinking and research, our value proposition is donezo. So when you're asked, what are you worth? Squish down the panic because you've put in the work and you can show them what you've got. So what are you worth? My audience values entertainment and authentic connection. So I use writing, acting, motion graphics, and music to tell stories that make people feel less alone and highlight the complexities of the human experience. Today, we learned about value and how customer-driven thinking can help us show off what our business has to offer. By understanding customer jobs, pains, and gains, we can make sure our products and services alleviate pains or create gains. And then boom! We have a value proposition, a statement basically saying why we're better than everybody else. Next time, we'll target the competition. Well, not target them like in target practice, but we will talk about how to figure out who you're competing with in this entrepreneurship arena and what can be learned from observing them. Thank you for watching Crash Course Business, sponsored by Google.
Sige. Okay. So, what you will be doing? Wait. Wa pa man day ko naka-group ninyo, no? Wa pa may groupings. Wa pa, no? So, I want you to group yourselves into 4 members. So, each group na ay 4 members. So, diha naman tayo activity for ideation, idea, recognition, idea, something katong atong first. Brainstorm na naman mo with the members of asa nga idea ang inyong i-pursue into towards kanang startup project. And then from there, so brainstorm mo o kuan value proposition. So base sa unsay na-agree ninyo, then himuan og value proposition. Okay? So clear? Ato sa GC, mo enda tangan he sa Meet. So ato na laman sa GC mo comment o kinsay inyong mga kagrupo kay aron manote na ho. Okay, so 4 members ha. Okay, thank you very much for attending our class. See you next week. Lesson 3 will be next week na. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, thank you, ma'am.